Well, what's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to episode 28. 28 of Beer and Other Shh, the podcast.
Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah. We are at the brewery with Andrew Gow, sir. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks,
and
man.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Extremely impressive. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Before I go any further, what is your position?
I'm head brewer, production slash production manager. So,
What a place, man. We actually came here last weekend, and I wanted to tell up front, so our viewers know and listeners know most about what it is in Canada and States. So being over there, you don't get a lot once a year, period, so I'd seen my mates back home, on Facebook and stuff, people talking about different things, and I was only paying attention, and I had no access to it. So I came over here when I knew I was coming. I was like, all right, well, I need to check this out. And Mornington consistently came up in every conversation from everybody I respected. It always came up. So we had an opportunity to come by last weekend, and it was on a Saturday, I believe. It was crazy, all sorts of age groups, like literally 60s to 18-year-olds all done up and stuff. It was just super impressive. Well done on this place.
Thanks. Yeah.
How did a place like Mornington get in these conversations? I'm intrigued about that. It's not the place I would expect to be one of the most talked about breweries in Victoria.
Yeah, I mean, when we opened in 2010.
All that.
Yeah, so we're going on 6 years. But when we first opened, or before we opened, there was always the question of will this location work, being light industrial. Since we've opened, there's a couple of roasteries around the corner. There's more art and craft-based industries just a couple of streets up. So it's creating a bit of a hub around here. But when we first got here, a lot of the shareholders especially were like, is this space going to work? And I was always of the belief we've got a nice beer garden, I was always of the belief if you have really good beers, solid beers, then you should be able to attract people in. And funnily enough, one of the ways that we got a lot of people that it's probably not a real a positive, but the tips at the end of the road. So a lot of guys would be driving up to go to the tip, and the sign was out saying brewery to open. So we got so they were kind of driving up once a month and just waiting for it to open. So a lot of guys are coming up. I've been waiting for 3 months for you guys to open. So, and then like anything that I think is quality, you get word of mouth from there. So we become, I suppose, a destination. We're about an hour out of Melbourne, so it's not too far. So we get a lot of weekenders as well. Doing the trips. So we'll either be right at the start or right at the end. So if they want to go further down the peninsula, there's another couple of breweries there. And actually, in the last probably 2 years, there's quite a few breweries that have opened up south of Melbourne as well. So there's kind of a bit more of a hub here now. But to get back to your question, why are we in the conversation? I mean, I like to think we're putting out quality beers. I think the branding's always been very strong. If the beer's not up to scratch, it doesn't see the light of day. So in other words, it goes down the drain, which doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes you've got to make a decision that you don't want to affect the brand that you've created, and the best way to do that is just to not just drink it.
Do you guys keep it in-house and not waste it, or you just...
there's not much you can do with it. If a beer's that bad, it's down the drain. There's not much you can do with it. So,
That's crazy. Let's get into this bad boy here. What are we talking here?
So this is our flagship. This is our pale ale.
Pale ale. Tell us about it.
Pale ale. Yeah, they're all my babies. The pale is in Australia at least. I know in America, like IPA is probably the most to go to beer. In Australia, it's still pale ale, so it's kind of like IPA's little brother, or IPA's pale ale big brother, whichever way you look at it. So it's a quite easy drinking. It's 4.7%, so it's a bit lower on the alcohol. It's a bit of a session beer. It's got nice fruity American hops, Amarillo, and Citra. So this is the one that, I think if every brewery in Australia at least has one beer they kind of build there, which is their main seller. This is it for us. Yeah, it sells really well. It's like I was just saying to you before we started. It's a bit darker than normal at the moment. The base malt that we normally use. The last batch of base malt that came through is just slightly darker than normal.
Right.
So it's actually a little bit on the dark side. Not that it should really affect the flavour too much, but you know.
No, cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, solid.
So you get nice kind of peachy,
Yeah.
passion fruit aromas coming through. Like I said, it's pretty clean, easy drinking palate, and that's what I mean. One of the keys was when we set up our original beers. They all had the resin section. You can go crazy with your specialty stuff, but stuff that's on the bar all the time has to be
Like accessible? Or
yeah,
approachable?
both of those, and not too overwhelming,
Right.
because that you probably want to keep that more for your specialty beers.
Special.
You
Okay.
come on and off and change on the taps.
Okay, quick hypothesis here. Would that be because that, as we were just saying beforehand, that the Australians, I guess, craft beer scene is relatively young, and we're trying to get people into it. So if you go and just throw them a double IPA, 9%, and they're not going to be like everyone who says beer's too bitter are going to validate that. If you give them a nice, flavorful 4.7 session ale that's got more flavor than the average, power draft that would drink, but it's not going to scare them off. Is that kind of?
That's exactly it. It's probably what you'd call a gateway beer.
Right. The whole vibe is great.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Some
kind
of
of
that.
the industrial.
Yeah, it goes with it. I was telling everybody I tell them about it. This is as good as anything I've ever been to in the States or in Canada.
Right.
And I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I had a few Australian beers and I was impressed. I mean, impressed across the board. I feel like definitely things a lot more on the sessionable. Thing I haven't had it for blown my face off. Like I'm looking for that because I'm kind of more used to it, more into that.
Yeah.
Because I just got progressed from. Like I still enjoy it. Like great, this is fantastic. I'm loving it. But I was looking for more of that, and you guys when we came, it was just super impressive.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I think there's more. I think from my experience in America, I would say actually a lot of the beers in Australia are actually more balanced than what's in America.
Right, because it's
When
more
Laws more on the
extreme.
west, like West Coast, and you're going to a bar with 30 taps and 20 on the so you're actually just crying out after a couple of IPAs.
Yeah,
It's like either want a water or a pilsner just to kind of clean the palate. It's just so extreme. I love it, but I did think there was a lack of balance in a lot of them.
Right. Maybe that would be the West Coast. I would say the places I've been in the Northeast in Canada. I haven't traveled a lot because of information lately, but it is definitely a lot more balanced. I feel like any venue you can pretty much get one of every style.
Yeah, and I think that's the way it should. I think
it's the way it should.
Yeah, I think
you never know what people are going to be in the mood for. Like,
totally.
Stouts aren't going to be good. It's not cool. Pills aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. But yeah, I think balance is still key.
It's interesting too. Like I mean, from the our stock standard beers, pale, brown IPA, lager, or initially had a wheat beer, and seeing the progression of the locals from all only drinking either pale or wheat beer to now them drinking everything. Yeah, I want to try that, like a 10% barley water or 10% stout, and they're happy to try it. And whereas, when they first started, they'd be just like, just give me a pale ale, sit on that. So just seeing the progression of that's really
habits, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tuning your palate, I think.
Yeah. You're really open to a lot of people.
You do.
I noticed here, I thought more people would be into it, and I'll offer someone a beer, like something like this, but it's too bitter.
Yeah, it's hard to fight with that. I mean, you're always going to have people who do that, and I think in some ways you're not really. You can bang your head against the wall trying to get those people, or you can just say, you know what, there's enough other people out there who are happy to drink our beer. That's kind of, and that's probably somewhere where having a lager on tap comes in, where you kind of they want to come in with their friends, but they don't really like craft beer, so you give them a lager.
Yeah,
and that keeps
it covered, right?
Yeah,
it's still good. It's a good tasting lager that, like you say, it's another gateway. Even though this could be if they're a little more open-minded, the lager's enough to get. Okay.
But then maybe the second or third time they come in, then they go, okay, well,
let's try something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and that's all it is, right?
Yeah.
So you had free reign from the start to create whatever you want.
Yeah, well, that was one of the.
Collaborative?
Well, the brief from Matt was I want the regular beers to be sessionable, and then after that you can do what you want. There's no restrictions on pricing and things like that. So instead of having a budget for when you're making a beer, it was like make the best beer you can and we'll price it accordingly.
Right.
Which I think is the way to go. If you kind of have restrictions on how much you can spend making a beer, you're always going to be taking shortcuts. So there's going to be a lack of hops there. You're going to use malts that don't suit the style or lack complexity through the palette. So I think if you actually start with the blank sheet and say, make what you want, and we'll price it accordingly, I think that's a good model to go on. So yeah, I didn't have any restrictions, and that's been the case throughout, which has made it a really good brew to work at because you can just use your imagination. Go crazy.
And I guess the barrel program.
And the barrels, but like I said, I mean, that's more the couple hundred rules. Yeah, I mean, it goes through me, but I said, look, do it within reason, do what you want.
Right. What about collabs?
Yeah, we've done a few. We've done, we did a collaboration. Our first one was probably with Stillwater, Brian Strunke from Baltimore.
Oh, in the States?
Yeah, he was over here for Good Beer Week. We did a really good collaboration. We did a Brett IPA, 100% Brett IPA with A-Wide from New Zealand. Yeah, they're a fantastic brewery. We've done a couple of local breweries. There's a new brewery opening in Collingwood, I think next week. We'll just stop in Yeah, so he's a friend who's the head brewer up there. So we've done a few, and then collaborations or whatever you want to call them that you might do with venues. So the staff that want to do one. Yeah, what style do you want? They have less and more input, depends on who's involved. If you've got a couple of them that are home brewers, you might give them the heads a bit different. If they're not, yeah, let them, or not participate, almost more put create to it.
Yeah, I guess that would be smaller batches if it's like.
Yeah, probably more brewed here. More brewed here than we just put into draft. Anywhere from 10 to 20 kegs kind of thing. So usually we move them pretty easily.
Yeah, push it through their venue.
Well, and they obviously push them through their venues as well. So it's cool. Yeah.
So it very much sounds like the North American scene has found that, like I was saying before, like you hear quite and that's not always the friendliest type of folks in the industry, but I found the craft beer across the board and anywhere I've been, just everyone's just so welcoming in that, just like the fact that it's, yeah, you want to do a collab with venue, let's do it. Like I love that. I assume that we found the same thing wherever you've been. It's just like the type of people involved in craft beer.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, you find it's in terms of exchange of ideas and I suppose intellectual property, it's pretty open.
Yeah.
And I feel pretty comfortable bringing any number of brewers and saying, asking them their advice on something, or have you used this product, what do you think of this? So it's kind of open in that way.
It's great.
And collaborations are fun too. I mean, you always, if you're open to it, you'll always pick up something that a different brewer or brewery will do different than you. And that will drive you, oh, actually that works, so I might try that next time. And yeah, it's a fun. I mean, generally speaking, there's a few tickets in every industry, really, to be honest. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a really good open industry, and it's one that's enjoyable to work in.
What's your favourite style of beer? Like,